Hello once again, DeFi IoT in our studio of the mining farm. We will eventually build a studio at the mining farm as well as a studio we have at our headquarters down in South America. Well, the studio's already built there, but we'll be building the studio as well at the mining farm. Hey, I want to talk today about Ethereum. When's it going to merge from 1.0 to 2.0? When do we think that's going to take place? There was a meeting with the devs on Friday, basically tripping, as well as Son of a Tech been talking about this a little bit too. Just kind of want to share a little bit with you what we're looking at and what we're preparing for. So how long can we mine? How long can we make money in Ethereum? And what's happening? You know, profit marches down right now. Difficult is up. So let's talk a little bit about that right now. Well, like I mentioned, Friday there was a meeting of the devs for Ethereum, and basically the result is this. We'll kind of put this in a brief summary, if we will. If you want to get more detail on this, Basically Tripping on Friday has a video also that kind of broke it all down even more. So you can, if you want to get into more of the technical side of it, the videos here are trying to make things simplified, so that more people can understand and we can try to help get out the message and get more people educated in what cryptocurrencies are. First and foremost, let's talk about two things today, really, about Ethereum. How long can we keep mining Ethereum on these GPUs behind me here at this farm? And, you know, where are we going to go after Ethereum? We won't go in deep in that, but kind of how long can we keep going with this? What do we think is going to happen with their testnet, the things they've been testing as of late, and the results of those tests? So what do we think our time frame is? The other is renewable energies. I think, you know, there's some opinions out there on energy and how much energy is being consumed by miners, those with ASIC mining, because true mining is GPUs and ASIC mining, right? The rest, Helium and Planet Watch and all these others, not really mining. You're getting really paid more for providing a service, right? So it's more of a compensation. Mining actually is the production and creation of these actual tokens and actually bidding for that blockchain and really becoming the banker through these different algorithms, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., right? So that's what true mining is. So look, basically, how long do we think we have? Definitely through June, it looks like now. The test that's coming back, what they've been trying to make this adoption, it has come back with some bugs, some glitches, right? And for them to be a move over from 1.0 to 2.0, there cannot be any risk. We have to understand something that, you know, the whole consensus mechanism, as well as, you know, the actual blockchain itself for all your devs being built on it, you know, that's all put together right now. As you know, as Bitby Trippin was actually explaining, it's all merged together. That's all one. And if they take the risks at pumping in this merge, this 2.0 merge into Ethereum, it could actually tank and just shut down Ethereum. That would be devastating for Ethereum. It really would. It would really lower the confidence in Ethereum. People would pull out of Ethereum. It would lower their value on their ETH token, and that would be really a hard blow for Ethereum, especially them competing with Bitcoin, right? And that's one of the beauties of Bitcoin right now, is because Bitcoin is just maintaining what their protocol is. Ethereum, though they mentioned early on that they were going to make this move, well, they could have done this, and they could actually do another way. They could actually not ever make the merge from 1.0 to 2.0. They could leave 1.0 and build 2.0 all by itself, which, according to Bitby Trippin, that is something he thinks that in the back rooms, not being talked about publicly, it possibly could be being considered. Now, what would that mean for us as miners? Well, they would think there would be a natural adoption going from 1.0 over to 2.0 when 2.0 built up to be better. And I think that's true. However, you have the original Ethereum, right, from before, and that still exists. You know, what's their value? I haven't looked at it recently, but it was like $35, $40. That still exists, and they're still mining to be mined there. Not as much, but what would that do for us if Ethereum does decide now to just create like another third Ethereum, if we would? That would leave two of them that could basically be mined, because not everybody will go. And that would also leave that a natural transition instead of Ethereum taking this huge risk that they've taken so long to actually try to develop and make sure there's no risks. Like I said, it'd be devastating if they have some bugs unforeseeable, and you don't know what could come down the road. Once you go public with this, it's a live animal, and many things could happen being public once it goes, you know, from being tested in an enclosed spectrum or enclosed group of people, so to speak, and once it goes out to the public, there are a lot of things that can take place with the 2.0 merge. So really, it would be better if Ethereum would just leave Ethereum how it is in the 1.0 and create another, the Ethereum 2.0, which would be a completely different blockchain, and let people move over to it. Their devs would then build on that. And that would actually be a smoother transition, less abrasive from the miners' point, because we're the ones who helped build this, right? And so now they're going to take that away from us and go proof of staking, which is centralized. So it would leave a decentralized Ethereum, which would be a good move on Ethereum's part, because there's a huge movement right now. Excuse me. Huge movement right now for centralization, as we're seeing with the Biden administration. We saw with Putin in Russia with cryptocurrencies prior to the whole banging heads with Ukraine. And we've seen that in India, as well as, you know, I can't get that word out. Kazakhstan? I can't say the word. I got some frog in my throat today. Kazakhstan? I don't know. I get it confused with Spanish. Anyway, I'm like son of a tech right now. I can't pronounce these words. I had a hard time today explaining to somebody else earlier today about certain points of my anthropological studies that I've done over the last 20 years and a book we're working on. And I couldn't remember these cultures that I studied, the Toltecs. I couldn't even remember them. Right? It's like, yeah, the pre-Mexicas. Anyway, Kazakhstan. Thank you. As these countries are doing, you're seeing centralization. You're seeing a big move now with the Biden announcement to basically say, you know, this proclamation, basically, this declaration he made of, hey, we're going to now assign all these different bodies to look into how we can regulate cryptocurrencies. So that's basically an adoption saying, okay, we're going to legalize it, but we're going to centralize it. So with Ethereum going proof of stake, they're going in that centralization direction. And that's what they want to do. I don't guess being hidden at all. So that's going to make that less a republic, if you would. People say democratic, but it's really more of a republic, and even democratic, if you would, but you can still have democracy and a tyranny, right? And I think there's a lot of us against that. And I myself, son of a tech, and a few others have said, look, there's Bitcoin and there's Ethereum. Bitcoin represents a free market economy that cryptocurrency is all about. And Ethereum is that centralization, which is what we're not about. But if Ethereum was to just merge from 1.0, and not even merge, go from 1.0 and create a whole new blockchain at 2.0, then you would leave that decentralized Ethereum there as well. And I think that would make that more natural and more of a transition, and leaving more of an option. I think we'd feel less abrasive. It'd be less abrasive of a move than what they're doing now with the mining. Anyway, that's a matter of opinion, but as an option. So what would that mean for us? Well, right now, it's looking as though with the results coming back, with the bugs being there, now they can get them resolved and worked out maybe the next month or two. So they could be shooting for June. But I think they're going to be hard pressed to convince the greater body of Ethereum to actually take the gamble. They're going to want to see beyond any type of doubt. They're going to be converted 100% that when they make the merge, if that's what they decide to do, that it's not going to collapse. It would be devastating. And that's why I think I agree with Bisbee Tripping that I think that there could be that possibility of a 2.0 blockchain, an ETH 2.0 and ETH 1.0. I would applaud that. So where do we go from there now? Let's just look at. We're definitely looking at June or later. Bisbee Tripping thinks it could be out even until December. I'm going to say June through October, November, maybe, but Bisbee Tripping is going to be more correct than I am because he has the experience working as a dev and so forth, where I don't. I just have experience in mining, and my experience comes more in my studies and so forth of history, of politics, of economics, and running businesses on an international scale. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. We both have our ways of coming into crypto and trying to help you to make your decisions. Do I think there is a future for these GPUs? Well, you know, today I was watching Son of a Tech, and he's got this nice mining farm he's building, and we're going to do the same thing. So, as he said, you're not alone, and we're saying the same thing. You're not alone. And I would really like to hook up with and talk more with Son of a Tech and Blind Rock. That's what he goes by, I guess, is video games, and just compare notes and see how we can also try to team up with what we're going to do. I'm here now. We're working on a property. I'm actually going to stay another week longer here. So unfortunately, a lot of videos you're going to have the mining farm behind me. This is part of it. We got another part we're going to be bringing with us from down south. As well, we'll be going as well into ASIC mining, as well as some others we're going to do with data cloud storage, which is different than what we're talking about regular mining here. So I think we're looking at June beyond. For sure June. June, October, November, possibly up to December. They're going to really want to make sure. Or we're going to do a different type of a transition. ETH2, ETH1, that goes slower. So you're still looking from here to possibly the latter part of the year, fourth quarter of the year, I think we're looking at, and I think we'll be able to get out of this. I don't think it's going to happen in June. We're just talking a couple months away now, and they're still just working out some bugs. So they got to test again, and they'll find more bugs. They'll test again. Okay, then we go mainline with it. We go public, and we have a bug, and it collapses the whole system like what happened with Solana, and you've got to reboot everything. That would not be good for Ethereum in no way, shape, or form. So I don't think that they are actually going to take that risk. I agree with Bisbee Tripping on this, Son of a Tech, and we feel that we'll be able to mine stuff. Now, what are the profit margins? You notice that it's kind of funny that, you know, out of China comes these ETH mining, these ETH ASIC miners. Just like a month or so ago, when everything kind of dropped. And you're seeing these miners come out, well, people are paying these thousands of dollars to these miners, not even knowing when it's going to end. So I don't understand the logic in that. And what that does is everybody's just kind of like sucking everything they can out of Ethereum. So we really, there's a lot of hash out there, and we really have low margins right now. Energy's going up, electricity's going up. Where we have this farm, where we have the farm in South America, our margins are going down on a daily basis. And yeah, it's tough. It really is. But we're going to double up. We're going all solar. We're having a heck of a time, by the way, out here in our city. We've got the city planning department that approved our solar. We got this mega solar unit. Got a company working with us. Got a great loan on it. And now we couldn't lock it in. So now we're going to go up even higher and what our payments would have been. We would have been paying a little over $400 a month for what we were going to generate in kilowatts. And we had 86 375 watt panels that are going to be running at $450 a month for our payments for 20 years. Well, that was fantastic. It was the lowest down half of what we're paying now which was near $1,500, about $1,300. So paying $400, so still would have made, you know, $800, $900 more in profit. Now we're going to get hit with that higher interest rate, probably only about $80, $100 more. But still, we got to get this approved. And we're having a heck of a time because the electric company won't allow us to build on our own roof. That's amazing. In this state, I don't want to mention where we are yet. When I leave here, I'll tell you where we were, and you'll know. In this state, the electric company can determine whether we can have solar or not have solar. You know, if I don't want an electric company, I should say, poop on you, man. I don't want to use your electric. I want to put solar. It's our house. We're going to do what we want with it. That's not true anymore in these blue states. I'm just going to say that. It's a blue state. So we don't have that right anymore. Where are we going to go with this? We're going to double up the farm. We're going all renewables. We're going to run about 200, 375 watt or greater panels. We're going to put in a lot. We're going to look at a lot of different alternative sources for energy on this farm. And the idea is what we're going to do is take a portion of this farm. Obviously, where the miners are going to be, we're going to put that baby underground, just in case of what's coming. So where we're going to be and the mining access is going to be, we're not going to tell anybody. I'll show it to you, but we're not going to give you a location on that. What we will do is give you a location on where we're going to create energy and things of that nature, right? So we're going to do all these different types of renewable energies through gases and so forth that we can use for not just mining, but for our own consumptions going forward. If you don't want to get a crypto miner, we can teach you how you can create basic source of energy. And we're going to build some Airbnbs out of these shipping containers so you can come, actually people can come stay there with us. And we'll go through different, we'll have a small little mining farm. We'll go through and show and teach people how to actually do these things, where they go, what are actually good networks to get involved with crypto. So you'll be we'll do like these seminars on site, as well as you'll have acreage to go and roam in. We'll have this completely self-sustaining small little community, and we're stoked about it. That's why we're trying to push the value of the piece of real estate with our investors we have as well, and make this move. DeFi IoT. Look, I think we've got till well past June to make money in Ethereum, though our margins are down. We're definitely going to have to go alternative energy sources, because when all that hash moves, now one good thing is that the ASIC miners won't be able to adapt like GPUs do. That's why I always went GPUs. People told me you need to go ASIC. You need to go ASIC. You know what though? I feel good about GPU because I can take the GPUs and I can put them in a computer system, open up a metaverse cafe, if you will, bring in a bunch of youth and let them play for free, giving them awards, and let them play video games while we make cryptocurrency. So I can always take that GPUs and put it in system or put it to use in other ways in the metaverse. An ASIC miner, you're not. You're stuck with it. No, what's going to happen is I think a lot of that ASIC, though, that's just ETH targeted, ETH centered, is going to fade away. So where does that mean where we all go? Let's hope that Flux can actually buoy us up to some degree. I know they want to be that savior. But look, I think there's a future out there. I do, because there is a huge movement still for DeFi. Even though a lot of people are coming in, they're happy with centralizing because they just want to be able to make money and play in crypto. But there's a lot of us that aren't happy with that decentralization, and we're staying offshore. You know, even if we're going to be in the U.S., we're going to be offshore. And we'll pay our taxes. We're going to pay a fair share of taxes, a business tax that comes in. Not going to be a capital gains tax because it's a business. It's not investment. It's a business. So we're going to do things legally, and we're going to show you how we're going to do it. That part we're going to show you. And we'll show you the mock-up of our farm, which I can show you exactly where our farm is for security purposes, as you know. You just don't know who you can trust anymore going down the road. And that's something that a piece of advice you can take from here on, because I would not tell a lot of people, though I still do that. I want to get people involved and get excited about it, but I would not tell a lot of people, if you're involved in cryptocurrencies, that you're mining. I just wouldn't do it right now until things settle out, because I think those of us on DeFi are going to be considered an enemy to the state, and like those who didn't want to get vaccinated, right? You can have your opinions on it, But there was that separation, that division, and there still is today. Not as bad, but, you know, there was that frenzy. And I think they're going to try to paint that picture because the governments want that control. These babies are their banking system. And the government can't get a hold of it, can't control these. And that's what I like about it. It's freedom. It's our freedom. It's legal. But I got to get out of the state before it becomes illegal and get to a state where I know they're going to defend that legality. We'll take you on the road trip with us. DeFi, IoT, at the Mining Farm Studio, if you will. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed this segment of our video with DeFi IoT. Remember, we're not professional advisors. We do this as a business, as a hobby, and we study, we experiment, and we want to share it with you. If you can get some benefit from this, great. What we do is we go out, we purchase with our own money, and we experiment to see what true results are. We want you to be able to share in our experiences so you don't have to lose like we have. If you can win where we've won, fantastic. Remember to do your own research and your own homework. It's very important before you make any decisions. We will see you in our next video.